Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Otto Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton for this Big 8 Conference football matchup between the Janesville Craig Cougars and the Middleton Cardinals. Before we get to tonight's action, we'd like to take a moment to honor our manager and football seniors along with their parents. So please direct your attention to the field. Beginning first with our senior managers, Mira Bachu and Megan Days. Haley Donnellinger, daughter of Chad and Jean Donnellinger. Kristen Lestine, daughter of Misty Lestine. Cassidy Long, daughter of Natalie and David Crane. And Maya Mueller, daughter of Sarah and Gary Mueller. And now for our senior players.
Play-by-play mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Get that, Craig.
Wes, can you hear me?
Okay, Jay's good. Go ahead, bro.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3 with 2:47 to kickoff.
Okay, bro's good.
Test, test, test. You guys got me?
Yep. Well, let's see. Keep talking, Alan.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Alan's good too.
Good.
Bro, I cannot hear you.
Oh, let's play football.
I'm having trouble hearing Brof. Okay. Okay.
I'll try to talk real
Yeah,
loud.
Brof is not coming through on me either. I can hear him because I'm standing next to him.
Craig, if you can hear me, it's Jay. It's parents' night, so we'll probably be starting a little late, but we'll be here in plenty of time. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll have an anthem too then, huh?
Gonna say they haven't played the anthem, man.
Right. Oh, great. Yep. Conference standings. You have that? Wonderful. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Number 32, Tyler Kelscher, son of Rhonda and Daryl Kelscher. Number 34, Alex Struck, son of Rhonda Kazik and Michael Struck. Number 44, Connor Smith, son of Susan and Jay Smith. Number 45, Connor Hillenbrand, son of Kim and Dean Hillenbrand. Number 49, Andy Sullivan, son of Sarah Cole and Mark Sullivan. Number 51, Michael Verhoeven, son of Eva and Brett Verhoeven. Number 53, Ortez Lockett, son of Lakeithia Doss. Number 57, Hunter Johnson, son of Robert and Deborah Johnson. Number 58, David Whitcamp, son of Jacqueline Whitcamp. Number 62, Patrick Meyer, son of Tina and Brian Meyer. Number 64, Gavin Adler, son of Trisha Adler and Jeremy Adler. Number 65, Dylan Kelscher, son of Rhonda and Daryl Kelscher. Number 72, Jack Briggs, son of Jenny and Mike Briggs. Number 73, Jacob Rather, son of Joe and Tracy Rather. Number 75, Tyler Heck, son of Janine Walgren and Corey Heck. Number 85, Jared Hagan, son of Jim and Karen Hagan. Number 87, Matt Lorfeld, son of Marge and Craig Lorfeld. And number 88, Matt Schlick.
Good evening from Middleton High School, Otto Breitenbach Stadium. It's time for the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and Channel3000.com. Tonight, an important game in the Big 8 Conference as the 5-1 Janesville Craig Cougars face the 4-2 Middleton Cardinals. Great to have you on board tonight. On a cool night for Middleton. Alan Minard, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson, your announcers tonight. And this one's a big one. The Big 8 Conference race is a mess, quite frankly. 3 teams are tied for first place, and 2 more are just a game behind. And 2 of those 5 teams will be facing off tonight. There you see Madison Memorial, Sun Prairie, and Janesville Craig all at 5-1. And just 1 game behind Verona and Middleton. So obviously a lot on the line tonight. And 3 weeks left of the regular season. This is big stuff.
Yeah, it really is. You know, Middleton, I know, feels like they really could have won those 2 games that they lost. A lot of this will also affect seeding and the playoffs and groupings as far as what groups stay here. And typically they've made it the Big 8 tournament, but I know a lot of the schools hope that a couple get moved out to different groupings.
And we have Parents' Night festivities just concluded, so we're running just a tad behind schedule. So our kickoff will be just a few minutes after 7 o'clock. But
one addendum to the standing issue. Janesville Craig's already qualified for the playoffs. Middleton needs to win tonight. And as bunched as that is, Middleton can still share in the Big 8 title if they run the table, win their last 3 games, and have Craig beat Memorial in the season finale in Janesville. So Middleton still has a real good path to the title. They need some help from Craig to beat Memorial, but now our national anthem.
national anthem at Otto Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton. Well, we're going to see the top 2 running backs by yardage in the Big 8 Conference tonight. And, Brophy, when we look at Janesville Craig's offense, it's a very unique offense to this conference.
Well, and Al can touch upon this more. He's seen it a lot. It's old school football. They like to play smash mouth football in the option. They don't throw the ball much at all. And for a lot of today's football fans, that's pretty rare. They've only thrown the ball 183 yards this year. And, again, they like to run the old option, and the key may be who gets the lead tonight, Al.
Yes, very much so, because, one of the problems Janesville Craig had against Sun Prairie is they fell behind, and they are not going to change who they are. They're a multiple option attack, so again, the theory behind the option allows you to double team more linemen. The faking with the backfield and stuff makes it very difficult to find the football, and you have to be very assignment sound.
But they're uncomfortable playing from behind. They've only thrown the ball 33 times all year. But to get back to your original point, the 2 premier running backs in this game are Tresson Cusmo, who's ran for 706 yards. He leads Craig's attack. He's run for 9 touchdowns. And Middleton's running game is led by Kalen Bruckner to run for 740 yards and 10 touchdowns. He had 3 last week. So both teams have the breakaway back, and you'll probably see him a lot tonight in what we think is going to be a quick game.
Travion Moore is one of the deep backs for Janesville Craig, ready to receive the kick from Sawyer Pertzborn, the Middleton kicker. Cardinals in their home red, white pants. Janesville Craig, road whites with blue numbers, and we are underway. Pertzborn's got a good leg.
Wrong.
This one's not quite going to get to the end zone. And here's the return, and they're going to stop him short of the 20.
Graphic has Middleton up 50-6.
Great coverage on the kickoff down there. Got him pinned down inside the 20. So the Craig offense will start off, looks about the 18, 19-yard line.
So that was Travion Moore on the return for Craig. The quarterback for the Cougars, Ben Coulter, again, 11 of 33, 158 yards, a touchdown and 4 interceptions passing, but they'll run the ball quite a bit. There you see the Craig results. The one loss was a kind of a surprising, it's not surprising that Sun Prairie had a good night, but 49-0 at Craig. That was a real shocker to a lot of people. Again, Craig's only loss of this 2018 season. So Coulter, the quarterback, he'll feed Tresson Cussmall, number 26. And that's how the game will start. Cussmall bulls through the line and gets about 4.
Yeah, you're going to see this is kind of, if you watch Navy and Army with the military academies, this is a flex bone, double split, double wing, although now they're going, looks like a little unbalanced line here. I know Coach Sabalka said they used 18 different formations on the first 18 plays last week.
Man in motion, they'll give it to him. That's Tegan Christensen, and he's going nowhere. They push the pile back.
Yeah, the first down was a win for Craig because they had, 4 yards on an inside veer straight up the gut, and now they lost a yard here on the jet sweep. So now they're in 3rd and long, which is pretty much where Middleton would like to keep them. The other thing to watch is if Craig crosses the midfield, then they're likely to go for it in 4-down territory.
3rd and about 7. Let's see if Coulter's going to make a rare passing attempt. He is. He'll go to the sideline, and it's complete. Jack Richards on the reception for the Cougars, and it's 1st down Craig.
It's only Richard's 2nd catch of the year. Again, only the 34th pass all year in 7 or 6+ games for Craig.
Yeah, and it's normally you're going to use mostly quick passing game. So that was a quick slant. It's almost exclusively man coverage in the secondary as well, just because you're dedicating so many people to the run.
See the Cougars checking their wristbands for the play. More in motion. Here's Cussmall. No, it's the quarterback, Coulter, keeping it. And there you see some of the difficulties of defending that play for the Middleton defense.
Yeah, and announcing.
Yeah.
So that was the midline play. So that's the fullback's going to come, as we call it, straight up the pipe, right behind the center. They're going to leave one defender unblocked, read him, And if he squeezes on the fullback, the quarterback's going to pull it. So instead of blocking that defensive tackle, they're going to read him.
Brand new turf here at Breitenbach Stadium this year. They replaced it over the summer. It looks fantastic. The other stuff was in, I guess, 8-9 years. But
Allen paced up and down the sideline here with Edgewood many years.
yeah, that's right.
Or all the turf, and it was all pebbles the last couple of years.
Right. That's a first down carry for the quarterback, Ben Coulter, for Janesville Craig.
Yeah, we've told you how it doesn't throw it much. He runs it a lot. That was his 58th rush of the year for almost 200 yards.
Boy, that clock is rolling. We're
Right,
down to
and
9.5 already.
And in short yardage, the quarterback's going to run the ball a lot. And this is one of the kind of chess match, too, is by assignments and stuff, they can try to make the quarterback run more than the fullback. But, Craig will mix up the blocking schemes to get the ball in the hands of who they want also.
Craig's opening drive started at their own 19. They're up to their own 42, and penalty marker flies.
Yeah, Craig ran for 276 yards, amassed 28 first downs last week. They had a 7-minute scoring drive against East and winning 34-6, and nobody likes to see a delay game penalty.
No, and I was going to say this is getting into danger land. Once they cross midfield, it's likely that Craig will use all 4 downs to get the first down.
David LeBlanc is our referee tonight. So 1st and 15 for Craig. Cussmall. All right, look at them carry tacklers, and he's going to get that penalty yardage back and a little bit more. Cussmall on the season, 110 rushes, 706 yards, 6.4 yards a carry coming in. He scored 9 touchdowns. Adam Bunderson is in his 2nd season at Janesville Craig as their head coach after 3 seasons as their offensive coordinator.
Made the playoffs both years. Bunderson's been the coach.
No, and then the other part is this is a little bit of playing keep away from the Middleton offense.
6 yards for Cussmall on that last carry. This time Moore gets it, and he is tackled for a loss. That's Alex Struck, 34 for Middleton.
Right, and so the inside running plays, mostly in the inside the tackle, they're going to rely on jet sweeps to get to the edge at this point so far. But Middleton has stuffed the jet sweep both times where they've gotten good penetration upfield to turn that back inside. The goal of the jet sweep is to get out to the sideline.
Forces Craig into the unfamiliar passing situation.
Loss of 5 on that last play, so 3rd and about 14 for Craig. Coulter hit on his first passing attempt. Not on that one. Incomplete. 4th down.
Here comes the punt team.
Yep.
Yeah, after a 4.5-minute drive, however.
Right.
Tegan Christensen, the intended receiver.
I like the analogy with the service academies. I mean, it is truly like watching Army and Navy. And again, the funky offense for the defense, it's a real challenge to adjust to something you don't have much time to prepare for.
No, it is very difficult in a short week. We always felt, we ran a lot of the same concepts when I was at Edgewood, and so we always felt it was really important to score early. There'd be a little bit of an adjustment period. And then if you got them fatigued, then it was good to work that again.
Coulter, the Craig quarterback, is also their punter. Fair catch taken. That's Sam Close. He gets it at about the 37-yard line. That's where Middleton gets it for the first time. 47 degrees right now in Middleton. Light winds 5 miles an hour, but it's chilly.
Football weather.
Yeah, it is. And
yeah, we call it cracking weather. Get those pads popping.
Oh, there you go. There you see Middleton's season. They kind of feel like they could be 6-0. That loss at Verona was on our game of the week in Verona.
Well, 2 losses by 8 points, and the Memorial loss was on a Hail Mary at the end of the game.
That one really hurt.
Yeah, both times they felt they kind of shot themselves on the foot with penalties and turnovers.
Bryce Carey is the Middleton quarterback. And he looks to throw on the first play, and he's going deep, and he has a man, but overshot him. Nearly hooked up. Incomplete, intended for Jake Klibertan, 2nd down.
Yeah, this was a play action off the, faking to the tailback and a 2-man route, so pretty much a max protect. Not very much chance of pressure. He had a post with a crossing route behind it.
Coubertons and Sam Close are the favorite targets of Carey, who's thrown for 495 yards and 5 touchdowns this year. Middleton's a lot more balanced and more conventional than Craig.
Don't be. Oh, there's a pre-snap penalty. Right on the shift, it looked like something wasn't quite right.
Tight end trade is, we call it the tight end shifts. So a lot of teams will flip-flop their ends according to where the tight end is. And so in the flip-flop, the one defensive end lined up improperly and a cheap 5 yards.
You know what? They're going to call offside against Craig. How about that?
Middleton will take it. You saw Sam Close applauding the call.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 5 against the Cougars. 2nd and 5 at the 42.
He's almost offside again.
Close in motion. Here's Buckner. Oh, he hits the hole hard, and look at him go. Buckner into Craig territory to the 42.
Yeah, they used the motion that time to get a bonus defender over that way. And great job blocking up in the offensive line there. This is what Middleton would call their power.
Pancake by the tight end, Max Schlick there, 88.
See a lot of that from the Badgers. Backside guard pulls and wraps up inside. The fullback leads through.
Speaking of the Badgers, one to watch is future Badger 72, Keanu Benton for Janesville Craig.
16-yard run for Buckner. He'll get it again. This time he won't get 16. And Jacob Fieres grabbed him.
Now Keanu Benton said hi, everybody. He was also in the backfield to help blow it up.
Yeah, Jacob Fieres. He's one of 2 Janesville Craig players that are academic All-State. Jacob Fieres and linebacker Sam Smith.
There you go.
2 of their leading tacklers as well.
To be academic All-State, you need to have a 3.75 GPA and returning letter winner.
Yeah, so if you combine the 3 of us, we'd make it.
Yeah.
At 375. Here we go. Buckner, nice hesitation and out of the right side to the outside. Moore drags him down and out of bounds. And he wants a flag for a late hit or a face mask.
I think he was pulling on the face mask.
Yeah, the crowd in
Middleton thought he was
going to say, we're amidst the Parrots Night crowd. They definitely wanted one. No replay in football. You'll get to see it again.
Well, yeah, the hand got in there a little bit.
There's a nice yank on the face mask, but those dudes are pretty fast for these officials to see everything.
There's Tyler Hack, offensive guard for Middleton, who's down and still down.
That's not good news for Middleton, who are minus 2 offensive linemen already. Clay Craker is not playing tonight. He's a 6'4", 295-pound junior. And Billy Johnson, another junior, 6'4", 275, are both out tonight. So they're getting a little thin in the offensive line if this young man is out for any period of time.
Craker and Johnson are probably their 2 best linemen.
Yeah, he's going to limp off.
And Hack's right up there with him. Hack's listed at 6'1", 238, but boy, he sure looks a lot bigger than that. There's Tim Simon, the co-head coach at Middleton this year. We had Middleton in the game of the week earlier this season. Told you about their co-head coaching situation where Jason Pertzborn will be the likely head coach next year, the longtime offensive coordinator. Tim Simon, 14 years as head coach, 116 wins, 39 losses.
And if they win tonight, they'll make the playoffs for the 22nd straight year. That's almost the definition of consistency, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Tim's done a great job here.
20-yard gain for Buckner, and to make it a 14-yard gain for Buckner. He's going to try it again on 1st and 10 from the 28. Lost the football. And I think Middleton might have recovered it. Sam Close got it back for the Cardinals. Oh, that could have been a costly turnover as Buckner lost it.
Have they made a signal? Because I see a whole lot of people coming off the Craig sideline.
Well, they're discussing it.
Tegan Christensen was right there. I don't know how he didn't recover it for Craig.
Oh, they're giving it to Middleton.
Wow, so Sam Close saves the day on a close call for Middleton.
If you want to watch some really good blocking, watch number 88 for Middleton. Max Schlick really did a nice job. 2 plays on this drive. It kind of destroying the end.
Okay, Middleton driving. They're down to the 17, 1st and 10. They fake on the handoff. Now here's Carey's going to keep it. Carey has running room. Carey into the end zone. Touchdown, Middleton. 17-yard touchdown run by Bryce Carey. It's 6-0 Cardinals.
He's very dangerous. This is what we call the waggle, one of their favorite play-action passes. A little rollout. He has an opportunity to get the backside tight end, corner route, but it also provides him with a really good option to run, and he is a very good runner.
He shows that with a cutback. My goodness.
Yeah, he had some really good runs when we had him against Verona. He is a very good athlete.
6 touchdown rushing for Carey this year. He's also thrown for 5.
Pertzborn's extra point is good. 7-0 Middleton. There have been a number of Carey boys coming through Middleton. They've all been quarterbacks, and I think that Bryce is the last one on the line there, but he led them on a beautiful drive there. Buckner did a lot of the work carrying it, but then here's Bryce Carey finishing it.
He's a physical runner.
Oh, he put his shoulder down there, didn't he?
Craig held the ball the first 4.5 minutes, had nothing to show for it, and Middleton scores on a nice march, which took about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and now it's going to be very interesting. It's very important for Craig to stay within a score. No panic yet, but we want to make sure that, as Craig's coach are talking about, we need an answer.
If you're wondering about the other co-leaders in the Big 8, in addition to Janesville, Craig at 5-1, Sun Prairie tonight is home against Madison East. Madison Memorial is home against Beloit Memorial, and East and Memorial are certainly struggling this year, so you'd figure that Sun Prairie and Madison Memorial have a good chance to get to 6-1. So
yeah, Beloit and East are 1-5 playing the 5-1 Madison Memorial and Sun Prairie. The other 2 Big 8 games, Madison West at winless Janesville, Parker, and Verona's at Madison LaFollette at 3-3, Verona 4-2. This is the game of the week. That's why we're here.
That's why it's called that, yes. Pertzborn puts this one to about the 5. Here comes the return by Eric Hughes from Janesville. Craig, and great kickoff coverage. Gets him at the 10.
Yeah, again, a high-hanging kick, and the special teams are just really doing a great job. They pin him down inside the 10.
Jake Pavelski. He's a junior. He made the tackle here, number 8 for Middleton. Oh, he danced around that potential block, and he took Hughes down at the 10. Well, Craig's going to try and go 90 yards with this one. Coulter throwing his second completion of the night. That's Cussmall out of the backfield. Boy, he's got 2 completions already.
Yeah, no, and, again, I think it's sort of a big-time respect for Middleton and their defense, that they realize that, this isn't one of those nights where they're just going to be able to run the football.
Kevin Mikers, one of the Middleton stars there in defense. He made the play in that time. We'll probably call his name a lot tonight.
Great wrestler as well, Kevin Miker. Here's Cussmall, and he'll fall forward past the 20, and that's the first down for the Craig Cougars.
Yeah, and Miker is one of Middleton's academic All-State, along with Cooper Holwinski, Tyler Kalsher, Connor Hellenbrand, and Dylan Kalsher.
They'll mark it at the 21, 1st and 10, a 6-yard gain for Cussmall for that first down. Cussmall again. Pretty tough to bring down, but finally 3 Middleton players do. Jake Woban, number 7, was in there late. And there you see Tresson Cussmall. He's a 6'2", 190-pound senior. We're trying to figure out when the last time Janesville Craig football won a Big 8 conference championship. And best recollection what the Janesville folks gave us was 1999. And Dan Thorpe was coaching there. So this is a pretty rare air for Craig football. There's Cussmall bursting through. He has another first down.
As another veer play, they're gonna block the front. We'll see if we have time for a replay to look and see who they're leaving unblocked. Nope, they're blocking all of them. Yep. They're not reading it.
Devin Jackson, the safety, helping on the tackle. Keep feeding Cussmall. This time, an okay gain, maybe 3 or 4 out to the 38-yard line.
Right, and that time they were reading. They left the defensive tackle unblocked. That was the midline play, gave to the fullback, but the tackle was sitting for the quarterback, so he gave the ball to the fullback.
Cussmall's got good size. Again, he's listed 6'2", 190, but boy, he puts those pads on. He looks a whole lot bigger than that. Tough to bring down. Here's the quarterback, Coulter, keeping it. And wow, he is slammed to the ground by Devin Jackson, but not before Ben Coulter gets another Craig first down.
Yep, he's that time it was a inside veer read. As soon as they squeeze down on the fullback, he's going to pull it.
Devin Jackson here is second-year starter for Middleton. Been a playmaker for 2 years. He's been their leading tackler, and I think Coulter will feel that tomorrow morning.
I think so. To the 45. That was an 11-yard gain for Coulter. Thought about passing. Now he'll tuck it and go, and Coulter's going to get the first down stick and a new set of downs for the Cougars.
You know, he's a very crafty young man. You know, again, the man coverage, they send motion across one way. He looks that side, but there leaves nobody on the back end as they rotate through to help with the run game.
And if your theory is correct, they've passed midfield, so they're in 4-down territory.
There you go. Well, I thought he made the first down stick, but they're saying he's just short. Well, now,
on the first
down marker says first down.
Yeah, he agrees with you, but they haven't moved the sticks.
I guess they don't trust the paint on the lines. That was always, I always felt that was the beauty of turf. You just spot it. You just spot it, and that's what it's supposed to be.
This is bringing back great memories, isn't it?
Yeah, those old days where we used to have to paint, and you go to some places and you get these pretty snake lines.
1st and 10 at the 45. Cussmall ran into a lot of traffic, kept the legs going, and still got a couple out of it.
You know, it always made for some interesting conversations with the chain gang. You know, especially at away games, the chains are right there with you and stuff. And so, some of my favorite memories were just, you know, over the years you get to know some of them pretty well, or they're doing other sports and stuff. And so, you know, thankful for all the people that help make these events happen.
Yep. There have been some crooked lines, though, through the years, haven't there?
Absolutely.
Here's second down for Craig. 2 minutes left first quarter. Cussmall, he got swallowed up inside.
No, and there's theories of certain chains magically losing links and stuff like that.
Connor Smith, the middle linebacker for Middleton, made that stop, 44.
Well, Cussmall's been their workhorse. Last week he had a big game. Ran it 26 times for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns. Oof. And he's on a pace for another 26 carry night.
Okay, here we go with a big 3rd and 7 for Janesville Craig. Timeout, Cougars.
Very important to avoid delay a game here. And so this is a crucial play in this drive. So,
well, last year Janesville Craig was 4-5, made the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons. They haven't made consecutive playoff appearances since 2008, when they had a streak of 7 straight. There you see Keanu Benson, 72, on the right side of your screen. As Brof mentioned, a University of Wisconsin recruit. Iowa also offered him a scholarship, but he'll play both offense and defense. There's a good look at Keanu.
Well, he's got a presence out there at 6'4", 285 pounds.
Yeah, he would have been my mandatory first guy off the bus.
He was also second place at 285 pounds at the WIA State Wrestling Championships with a 46-2 record. So He'll play defensive line. At least projected to play defensive line at Wisconsin. Okay, after the timeout, 3rd and 7, 42-yard line for Craig. Oh, little pitch on the inside and defended well by Middleton. They gave it to Tegan Christensen, but the Cardinals read it well.
Very good defensive discipline. Again, a lot of this offense shows a lot of movement in one direction, and so they have these little counter plays mixed in that they hope to get big gash plays. So here's our first rollout of the 4-down territory. We got unbalanced line down at this bottom here.
Looks like he's going to throw it. Coulter, he's going to go for it all. Penalty markers down, man open, and incomplete. Well, the throw was underthrown just a little bit, intended for Kwame Harriel, but there was a penalty marker on the near side of the field.
What happened is the tight end was covered up. That's why I called it was a, we call it dead formation, and so it was a blown formation because the tight end went out for a pass. If the tight end's covered up, he can't go downfield. And usually you do it to gain an extra blocker on that side. So
it'll be Middleton's football on downs.
Here it is again. Nice throw by Coulter. Harriet just drops the ball. I guess it's academic with the penalty. Miker back in the coverage, but that was a catchable ball, and he didn't.
It's one of those we call a 50-50 ball. You hear defensive back coaches talk about all the time is you got to win those contested balls.
So here's Middleton getting the ball on their own 41-yard line. Buckner to the outside. Now back inside. Look at him go. He's to the 30. He's to the 25 before Christensen knocks him out of bounds.
He is really quick, and they're able to do some pretty neat things with him that most high school running backs cannot do. You'll see it. He starts on one side, cuts back. Great change of pace. His acceleration is exceptional.
That's 31 yards on that for Buckner. He's ripped off a couple of big chunks tonight.
Not that big at 5'8", 150, just a junior.
Again, that's with some new guys on the offensive line, but they're doing a heck of a job so far. Here's a play fake. Carey has a man, Schlick, and the big tight end is wrestled down by Christensen. Complete pass to about the 23.
Yeah, it's sort of a naked or boot concept. Tight end's going to block for 2 or 3 counts. Then release into the flat. He's a big target.
Yeah, missed all last year with a knee injury, but he's back after ACL surgery, and that's his 6th catch. He's scored twice. The win's not a factor, but Middleton's going to talk it over and switch ends. That's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they'll let it run down. The only score of the first quarter, Bryce Carey's 17-yard touchdown run at the 5:43 mark of quarter number 1. 7-0 Middleton. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TBW and channel3000.com. Middleton driving. They're down to the 23 of Janesville Craig. Pitch. And this is a new running back. That's Kewan Buford, his first carry tonight.
He had a very good disruption by a Craig outside backer or corner that came up and forced that ball right back inside and got a hold of a leg.
Buford's another scat back, 5'8", 159 pounds. He's run the ball for 120 yards this year.
This is 3rd and 3 from the 20 for Middleton. Already up 7-0. Again, Craig doesn't want to get in too big a hole here, as they don't have the most explosive offense you'd see. So here's Carey, the quarterback, and he's going to fall forward to the 15. First down, Middleton.
Yeah, this is Middleton breaks out their own version of their option. This is a power read where the man's going to fly by on a jet sweep, and he'll read that end defender and either give it on the jet or tuck it up and run, but Carey likes to run the ball a lot.
5-yard gain for Carey. First down, Middleton to the 15. Jake Klubertans is the receiver split right. But this will be another run. Buford trying to carry a tackler for extra yardage. That was Parker Glissendorf, who had a leg and tackled Buford after a gain of about 3. Middleton trying to go 2 scores up here in the early minutes of the second quarter.
Middleton's been explosive this year. They averaged 37.8 a game. Craig's defense has allowed 12 points a game.
This is that same formation. Look for some motion here coming from the slot.
There it is.
A little counter this time. Whoops.
Gary's in trouble. That was Benton who was in the backfield and forced the play, and then he got some help from his Craig counterparts, and that's a tackle and a loss of a yard.
A little Houdini act because they had him dead.
Yeah, Carey was a wide receiver last year and a defensive back, and he shows here he's a pretty elusive runner as a quarterback.
Okay, we got 3rd and long.
3rd about 8.
And they could use a stop in a big way because, as we've talked about, you don't want to fall behind if you're Janesville Craig by 2 touchdowns.
And Middleton's going to take time out here. There's a little confusion in the huddle. Some different personnel was put in.
The Badger tonight, Monona Grove 4-0 is at Milton. Watertown and Stoughton playing in Stoughton, a big game. That's 7-7. The end of one. Watertown 4-1, Stoughton 3-1. Oregon's playing Edgewood. Where's Edgewood playing tonight? Breeze, Stephen?
Yep.
So that game, Oregon 3-1. The Crusaders 1-3. Monroe and 3's at Monona Grove. They're 3-0. In the other half of the Badgers, Sauk is at Baraboo. DeForest at Beaver Dam. Reedsburg is at now top-ranked Waunakee, top-ranked in Division II. Portage at Mount Horeb. Waunakee up 21-0 on Reedsburg. Waunakee averaging 50 points a game. They're playing a Reedsburg team that's 2-2 in the conference.
We'll see the Badger South next week. We'll be at Monona Grove for Stoughton Monona Grove. That should be a good one. Tim Simon, Jason Pertzborn, the head coaching tandem. Another great tradition of Middleton football. Someone delivered some of Doc Kramer's M&M cookies to us that last time out. That was pretty
very,
sweet.
very nice.
Doc Kramer, a longtime coach.
Middleton has
teacher
gone
here.
way up in scoreboard.
Al's making the transition to the press box
cuisine.
very seamlessly.
Here's Carey, chased out of the pocket, throwing, schlicked. Oh, he had it.
Off his hands.
But Tegan Christensen, made that a more difficult catch. I think Schlick will tell you that he'll catch that more often than not, but it's incomplete and 4th down coming up.
Now I was watching the 2 head coaches to see who's making the decision here. But one of them sent the field goal team out.
He won.
Christensen, who made the defensive play there, was a second-team all-conference DB a year ago, and he makes a big stop there. He's 4th in the team in tackle. Last week he had a pick 6, and there he made a big play forcing Middleton into this field goal situation.
30-yard field goal attempt by Sawyer Pertzborn. We'll get a good look at it from our end zone camera. Pertzborn's got a good leg, and he nailed it.
Yep, they nailed it.
Good. That's a 30-yard field goal for Pertzborn. It's 10-0 Middleton.
Pertzborn's 6 of 7 in field goals now this year. So he's a weapon for the Cardinals.
Right, very important weapon there. And it does make it a 2-score game, but not quite as big as, 14 points, but 10-0 right just out of the first quarter. Pretty good situation for Middleton.
want to say hi to Carol Sabalka, the wife of longtime Middleton defensive coordinator Tom Sabalka, who's watching us tonight. Always good to have Carol aboard. Yeah, good crowd here tonight, too.
Early score, Oregon over Edgewood, 14-6 in the second quarter.
Oregon had a big win against Stoughton last week. They really took it to Stoughton.
Right, and so it's going to be kind of interesting who, as they jockey for position. I think Stoughton plays Monona Grove is undefeated next week, but Oregon's trying to play for a high seed. You don't want to be a low seed in the Badger Conference, especially in the South. With the seedings, you end up playing Wanakee.
Tough to believe. We're still in September, but this is week 7 out of 9 in the high school
No,
season.
everything's, the calendar's just kicked up really early this year.
Pertzborn bags this one. It'll be taken at the 8-yard line. Here's the return, and a good one it is. Eric Hughes gets it past the 30.
That was interesting. The Middleton kickoff team had it the return dissected really well, and he decided to abandon the return and head for his own sideline.
Worked out.
That's kind of been an underrated aspect of the game tonight for Middleton, as they'd pinned Craig in deep in the first two. Hughes made a nice play there to give the offense some room to maneuver.
That's right.
Another new formation out here.
This feels like an important drive for Craig.
Yeah.
Now down 10-0. Coulter has Cressmall behind him. Now Moore comes in motion. They'll pitch it to the receiver, and he is in big trouble, and down he goes.
Excellent play from the secondary, coming up and filling number 22.
Cooper Holowinski read that one perfectly. Watch Cooper Holowinski blow this jet sweep up.
Yeah, he just flies down.
That's a loss of 9 yards.
Holowinski's a senior, 6 feet, 162 pounds, and obviously a smart football player.
Yeah. Craig inside the 25. Coulter throwing, completing. Looks like Hughes on the reception. Yep. Well, check that. Number 9. That's Jack Richards on the reception.
And Miker, who's usually all over wherever the ball is, was there too. He's 4th in the team in tackles as an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery this year.
So they completed the pass but got only 6 yards out of it to the 29. 3rd down and long for Craig. Christensen gets the play fake. Coulter going deep. This one's high and hanging. And that's Miker defending again. Incomplete.
That was a good no call, and this is one of the rule changes this year is you can move your hands and face guard. In the past you couldn't do that, and it was close to interference, but it was a good no call, I thought.
Trevian Moore was the intended receiver.
And the other difficult thing is you because of the way the offense is designed, there's a lot of situations where linebackers get stuck in one-on-one coverage on those wheel routes.
So that was a very short possession for Craig.
Yeah. Short and unproductive. This punt spinning back at a floater. Sam Close fumbled it. Ball's loose. Miker's in there for Middleton. Craig says they have it, and they do. Well, that's just what the Cougars needed. A turnover sets them up at the 40.
No, and he came really close to recovering it himself.
I think Ben Keeley gets the recovery.
Oh, that ball is just tantalizingly sitting there.
Either Keeley or Asa Hallbeck, 57, I think.
Coach Sabalka grabbed his defense right away, sudden change. Yep. So a lot of teams go with the deep shot off of this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Craig decides to get back to what they do best and ground and pound here a little bit.
I think old 26 might get this one, huh? There's Cussmall. He runs.
Well, they squeezed down on that pretty hard. Look for the quarterback keep coming off of that.
Jaden Brown was the defender there for Middleton, 6'4", 320. Jaden Brown.
He's a large young lad.
I know Middleton with the injuries, they were going to rotate guys quite a bit.
There's Jaden. Certainly the deepest penetration of the night, thanks to the fumble recovery for Janesville Craig.
They're going to spend 4 downs here.
But they've got to cash in, though. Like we said, they've moved it, but they haven't scored it. Cuss Small, or did the quarterback still have it?
Yep, quarterback has it.
He held on to that a long time, and then Coulter with the carry.
Right, and that's the best ones do it. They ride right along with, and then the last second pull it out. And it's not uncommon for him to follow him 2 yards into the hole.
Gain of 4. It's 3rd and 4, Craig.
A lot of responsibility on the quarterback, not only from a conditioning standpoint, toughness, but decision making.
They fake the pitch. Here's Christensen. Cuts it back and leaning forward. Needs to get to the 31, and that's about where he got it.
I think he's going to be a little bit short.
Holowinski, another tackle for Middleton.
Those are counter off of jet or rocket action, fake the toss.
Well, that looked like that was going to be a big one. Jake Woobin, 7, turned it back in.
And Middleton did a great job of staying home, and they're going to bring the chain out again, which defies. Yeah, this is again one of my things. I'm like, okay, the lines are the lines, and if the chain gain has marked it properly, it all comes down to how you spot it.
Yeah. First down.
Yep.
How about that? All right. Boy, this game's going to get real interesting. Craig scores here.
You kind of get the impression they got to score and take advantage of the turnover.
They'll roll the clock. We're approaching the 5-minute mark of the first half.
And they get a
penalty.
You get a false start, or yep, false start against Janesville. You know, they used the hard count to try and draw Middleton offsides, but they showed great discipline there, and now we're 1st and 15.
So that'll go back to the 36. Adam Bunderson said before the season, if we run it 55 times a game, I'm okay with that.
He's enjoying this game, man.
Here's another one. Coulter kept it, spun forward. He's going to be just short of the first down.
No, and again, it's very unconventional for other teams to play against. And there can be a big-time frustration factor as you're just kind of playing keep away from the offense, especially teams of platoon. And this is the different kind of no huddle. You know, they don't huddle, but everything's signaled in from the sideline. And it's not up-tempo. They can if they want to, but it's wait.
I said just short of the first down. That's the back stick of the first down marker. It's 2nd and 11. This play's not going anywhere. That was Christensen with the carry.
Goes back to that penalty. Okay, but they still have 2 downs.
Connor Smith, the middle linebacker, another tackle for Middleton. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and long 11.
Craig does not have the potential weapon as the field goal kicker that Middleton does. They've kicked but 1 field goal all season.
Some confusion by the Craig offense. You see Coulter and Christensen. Well, they're starting the 5 count, the back judge. They get the play off. Coulter throwing, completing, first down. Travion Moore.
Right, it's just a simple out route, but you know these wing backs are really quick, and you know it's hard to get pressure on the quarterback. You're used to trying to hunker down on the fullback, and these are really athletic wings that are difficult to cover one-on-one in space.
16-yard gain on that pass play from Coulter to Moore. Another throw, another catch. That's a touchdown for Craig. Kwame Harriel from 16 yards. It's 10-6.
Yeah, and it's that slant route, and so again, it's straight one-on-one coverage. It's not real complicated. The receiver won the battle that time.
Who are these guys? They're throwing it all over the place.
Well, I think
shooting our scouting report.
they've saved a few tricks up their sleeve along the way.
Kwame Harriel catches a 16-yard touchdown pass. Here's the low line drive kick that goes through. That's Mitchell Wolfley, and it's 10-7. Oh, the Cougar fans are breathing a little easier right now.
Yep. So it was a great drive.
Again, they go 40 yards after the turnover. Take advantage of one of the big plays of the half, and they convert on the turnover, and they're back in the game.
No, and that's why, what Middleton was hoping coming into this game, their kids were going to really
10-7 on the score in the graphic.
Grow up and not make mistakes. Like that's the type of mistake they've been making throughout the season in the 2 losses, and so now they have to overcome it.
Yep. You see a little more energy on that Cougar sideline. Yeah, they just needed something good to happen, and as Bro said, that fumbled punt was just what they needed.
This is the last road game of the year for Craig. Their final 2 games against Madison West, and then a potential big one against Madison Memorial 2 weeks from tonight to end the season.
And the truth is, 4 and 5 in the Big 8 has gotten in every year, and probably will again this year.
Well, they're already assured they're in 5-1.
Right.
Colin Hageman is set to kick for Janesville Craig. And there you see Callian Buckner hoping to return it for Middleton. Well, don't be surprised if they direction away from Buckner. Well, no, looks like 25 is going to get it. Oh, no, that is not 25. That's 14. That's Kevin Miker. He's a good return man, and look at him squirt through past the 35.
That's kind of pick your poison there.
Yeah, right. 2 pretty good options.
We might see him not kicked either.
Miker's already returned a punt for a touchdown this year.
No, he's a really good athlete, and you could see he moved the pile a little bit there too, so it's not real comforting kicking to either of those guys.
Kevin Miker, honorable mention, all-conference defensive back last year, and will get strong consideration again this year. From the 36, here's Middleton, 10-7 Cardinals. Carey throwing deep and caught. What a grab! That's Klubertans for Middleton. Big play.
That was that same play action we had seen earlier. They like him on the post route, and he is a size mismatch. And Carey put a beautiful ball out there for him to go and get it.
One of those 50-50 balls you're talking about.
Yep, a great defensive play. I mean, he's got his hand right in the cookie jar trying to rip it out, and a great catch.
Good thing Carey got rid of that, because there were 3 Craig guys ready to pounce on it. 1st and 10, Middleton down to the 28, and Buckner taken down as soon as he got the handoff. That's senior linebacker Jarrett Costello making a play for the Cougars.
Yeah, so it was a great blitz from the backside that caught him. The line didn't quite see him sneaking through there.
Costello 3rd in the team in tackles. That's his 2nd tackle for a loss this year. He's a 2-year starter. That preceding play, Klubertans had 8 inches on Trevion Moore, the defender, and Klubertans won the jump ball.
Loss of 2 on that last carry. It's 2nd and 12 from the 30. Carey to throw. Little screen pass to Buckner. Gets a block, but boy, that's a nice job by Sam Smith, the all-conference linebacker from Janesville Craig, who blew up that play that looked like it was going to go somewhere.
Yeah, he would have had big yardage if he could have, the linebacker Smith did a great job. If he could have gotten his foot stuck in the ground and cut back inside of the block here by the guard. Right here, there was pretty good acreage.
Yeah. Now here's 3rd and long. Buckner fakes the handoff, keeps it. He gets the corner. He gets the first down.
Love the way he runs, man. He turns that corner. I thought they were running the reverse, but instead it was a fake reverse. I think the reverse would have gotten blown up pretty good here.
Yeah, Marquez Winston looked like he was going to get the ball. I think he thought he was going to get the ball. But Buckner made the right choice.
Buckner might have been inspired by watching the option and decided to keep it himself because
that was Lucy and Charlie Brown right there. Okay, 13-yard gain. Carry. Sam Close picked that off the turf. Craig says no.
Yeah, but the official says yes.
Well, that's what counts.
Stripes win.
Yeah.
And Logan Call was happy to help, though.
Yeah. That's a heck of a grab by Close as the throw was low.
Those officials need a lot of help some nights.
Yeah, ask them how much help they need from guys like you.
2 timeouts for Middleton as we play the final 80 seconds.
From the 11. Buckner. Oh, he's met at the line of scrimmage, and there's Keanu Benton. Oh, he is a big fella.
Yeah, the play was designed to go just a quick little jump cut to the left of that. I'm surprised he didn't see the gigantic Keanu and decide to veer away from that. Oh, well.
3rd and 6. From the 12. Pitch. This is Buford. Buford trying to get the corner, knocked out of bounds. First down, Middleton inside the 5. Travion Moore with the tackle, but not before Buford got first down yardage inside the 5.
A little personnel grouping change here, maybe like a power eye or something for inside the down to the 3.
Connor Hellenbrand with a nice block, though. Wow, Buford to make it because they had the 2 first downs. They option to run or throw here.
Oh, man. Penalty marker flew. Carey didn't get the snap cleanly. Looks like a Middleton lineman got it, but I think the flag was before the snap. Dead ball foul.
That was fortunate.
Yeah, right?
Sort of. I mean, it's bad that there was the penalty, but the fumble would have been way worse.
First penalty of the game for Middleton.
1st and goal from the 8. They burned at least 1 timeout. They still have 2 timeouts left, so they can do whatever they want on this play.
Timeout, Janesville Craig.
Yep. And this is a good thing. You know, they're really not going to have much time to work anything anyway. And just remind them of, okay, in the power eye, those are the plays that they like to do. Make sure the defensive backs have eye discipline for any play action opportunity out of it. And they were on the field a lot, and you know, like Keanu's been on the field pretty much all night.
Yeah, I thought this timeout might have been just to give him a blow.
Right, just to, you know, they've got some kids playing both ways that probably could use just a quick break.
A couple big plays in this drive. That's the carry to Klubertan's pass. And then here's Buckner keeping it and turning the corner.
Some updates and scores. Wanakee leads Reedsburg 31-7 in the second quarter. Watertown has gone ahead of Stoughton 14-7 with 10 minutes left in the half in that big Badger battle.
All right. After the timeout, it's 1st and goal from the 8. Middleton trying to get a score in before halftime. Carey rolling right. Carey throwing end zone. Oh, man. Travion Moore had an interception twice and dropped it. Oh, goodness.
Carey didn't exactly fire that one in there.
No. And, you know, the quickness of Moore closing on that, and that's when he's going to.
You know, eyes as big as eyes are as he sees this floater coming right to him.
He should have called for a fair catch, my gosh.
He was trying to hit Schlicht, I believe, but Moore had a lot better shot at it than the receiver in the
all I can tell you, there's been a number of times over the years that the drop interception comes back to bite you big time.
Oh, let's see. 2nd and goal from the 8. 25 seconds left in the half. Carey, another chance, another throw, end zone. Incomplete, looking for Schlicht. Christensen held his hands out and said, I'm okay, I didn't interfere. Third down.
Right, Schlicht is a big target at 6'7", and he's got almost a foot on Christensen, who's 5'8". So they're trying to match up those two if they can.
Schlicht missed all of last season with a torn ACL.
You can see the knee brace.
And again, to get a touchdown here would be huge compared to a field goal, which, you know, I always felt like you want to avoid the one fluke play of beating you.
Yeah, boy. Craig would take a field goal right now, wouldn't he? Carry another throw. Incomplete. Too high for Sam Close. It's fourth down.
Yep.
But if you're Coach Simon or Coach Pertzport, whoever you want to put the authority tag on, you got to take the points, don't you?
Yes, you have to take the points here, especially the way the last 4 plays have gone. But, you know, the killer was you're on the 3-yard line and you get the, you know, illegal procedure.
Sawyer Pertzborn made from 30 earlier in the game. This one's from 25. And that's no problem for Sawyer Pertzborn. And Middleton takes a 13-7 lead, but a 1-score difference and a touchdown and an extra point, and Craig's right there.
I give Craig's defense a lot of credit, though. That's
Yeah,
twice
no,
they've,
you know, they made plays there at the end.
as they did on the other drive that resulted in a field goal. I mean, Middleton went right down the field in their first march and scored effortlessly, it seemed like, on a very nice drive.
No, they've toughened up as the half has gone on.
And we got a game.
Yep. And I believe Middleton gets the ball to start the second half. So that 3 point instead of 7 was huge.
You know, when you have co-head coaches, you can always blame the other guy, can't you?
Yeah, I would pretty much think so. That'd be the one obvious advantage.
That just hit me. Huh? All right, 13 seconds left. Pertzborn will let it fly from his 40. Moore and Hughes back to receive for Craig.
Actually, kind of the beauty of coaching the option offense is kind of the same thing. Well, he read it wrong. I had a good play.
This is going to be Hughes from the 10. He'll get out to the 35 with just a few seconds left. Brian Frusciante with the tackle for Middleton on kick coverage.
I have to assume we'll see Janesville Craig take a knee here.
Oh, they might do some. Looks like they are setting up to take a knee. I was hoping we were going to get the glamorous fullback dive.
Get real crazy, huh?
Yeah.
You're a real Renaissance man. That's pretty nice. Well, if you're Craig, I guess you feel like you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, you're still in a good game. You're in a good game. Nothing's gotten away from you. It's still a 1-score game. You're starting to figure things out defensively to some degree. If you're Middleton, you're really kind of disappointed in the turnover and you know, the illegal procedures. Still, they would probably look at it as like they're kind of beating themselves. You know, they've stopped themselves more so than what you know, Craig has.
Middleton's had the lead the entire first half, but Craig's hanging in there. 13-7. Cardinals over Cougars at half. Jim Rutledge, ESPN Wisconsin, joining us for halftime on TBW. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. We're at halftime. Middleton 13, Janesville Craig 7. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TBW and Channel 3000.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Middleton High School dance team. We'd like to give a special thank you to our 4 seniors, Abby, Aaron, Emily, and Gretchen, for their dedication to the team over the past 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Middleton High School dance team. 4, 3, 2, 2. Nice round of applause for the Middleton High School dance team. At this time, we're going to ask that the senior parents of the dance team and the cheer team please report to trackside. Once again, senior parents of dance team and cheer team. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Middleton High School Cardinal Marching Band. The band will be performing at WSMA in just a few weeks. And tonight we're going to witness their 2018 field show. How about one more round of applause for the Middleton Cardinal Marching Band?
Wes, you can put Lakeside Lutheran at Lodi on the 12th if you want. That's. Oh, you are? Okay. Oh, that's right. I texted. 2 minutes to us. 2 minutes to us. Perfect. Okay. You got it. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this band is going to take a while to get off, it looks like. And hope you enjoyed the halftime show.
Final round of applause for the Middleton High School Cardinal Marching Band.
Yeah, we still got 5:29 on the clock and then 1 minute to us. Yeah, right. Okay. Where's Brof? Is he eating? Get Miguel over here. Where is he over there?
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the north end of the track. We'd like to take a moment to honor our dance and cheer team, seniors, and their families. Beginning first with the Middleton Cardinal dance team, seniors Emily Jarman, daughter of Michael and Chrissy Herman. Abby Jago, daughter of Matt
That's
and
all right.
Heidi
15
Jago.
seconds.
Erin Julius, daughter of Bill and Kristen Julius.
5, 4, 3.
And Gretchen Newcomb, daughter of Brett and Rachel.
Welcome back to Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton. The Prep Mania Game of the Week on TBW and Channel3000.com, and it's a good one. Middleton leading Janesville Craig 13-7. Alan Minard, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson with you. Great to have you along tonight on a cool, crisp evening, football weather evening here in Middleton. We have a look at some of our first half highlights as Middleton able to score first on Bryce Carey's touchdown run.
This is the first drive of the night for Middleton. They go 70 yards in a hurry. Carey going the final 17 to give them the lead with 5:41 left in the first quarter, and then they take advantage of a height mismatch long past the Klubertons, but an answer for Craig as Coulter finds Harrell for a 16-yard touchdown. The lone scorer of Craig. It came after a turnover, a fumbled punt, and Craig went 40 yards to get their lone score. Pertzporn had a couple field goals. We saw a big running half for Middleton's premier running back, Bruckner, and we got a game at 13-7.
Again, the importance of this game to the Big 8 conference standings. Madison Memorial, Sun Prairie, Janesville, Craig, all 5-1. Verona and Middleton one step back in the tie for fourth at 4-2. And then real division between the upper crust and the bottom half of the Big 8 standings this year. But again, Sun Prairie home against Madison East. Madison Memorial home against Beloit Memorial tonight. So Craig really needs this one to stay in that first place position.
Absolutely, and from Middleton's standpoint, if they can win out, they can create a real jumble of, get a little help from Craig against Memorial, and you could end up with 5 teams, with 2 losses.
Yeah,
and as for playoffs, for the top 3 there have already clinched a playoff spot. Verona and Middleton, if they win tonight, or get to 5 wins, they're in. And you're suggesting La Follette still very much alive in the playoff picture?
Right. What'll happen is you're guaranteed a playoff spot above 500 in conference, so 5-4 gets it done. Truth be told, 4 and 5s, all 4 and 5s have gotten in the last couple of years. So, you'll get in, but your reward will be drawing a number 1 seed in all likelihood.
The remaining Middleton schedule after tonight, as you see some of the fans bundled up here in the cool temperatures. Temperatures closing in on 40 degrees today.
Yeah, we're getting soft at 40 degrees.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
How many blankets to come out?
Just wait. Middleton after tonight has Sun Prairie here next week, and then closes out the regular season at La Follette at Leisure Stadium on October 12th. There you see we had a pretty long halftime tonight, and a great performance by the Middleton High School marching band. So in addition to the time you see on the clock, there's an additional 3-minute warm-up period for the teams. Actually, neither team back on the field quite yet. I see some of the Craig players gathering in their end zone. There you are.
Some halftime scores tonight. Wanakee now top rank in Division II, and the state leads Reedsburg 31-7. Wanakee looking to go 5-0. Reedsburg 2-2 coming into that game. And Watertown and Stoughton are tied at 14 at halftime. That's a big game in the Badger. And you can see Craig coming on the field. I guess the ratings take on some significance now with 2 weeks left in the season. In Division I, Fond du Lac would beat Kimberly in the opening game, ended Kimberly's 70-game winning streak's number 1. Kimberly's number 2, according to the coaches' poll. Muskego 3, Franklin 4, Marquette 5. Sun Prairie, the only Big 8 team or the only area team among the top 10 in Division I. In Division II, it's Wanakee, Homestead, Brookfield Central, who Wanakee beat in the title game a year ago. Brook Central is ranked 3rd, Menasha 4, and Monona Grove, who we see next week against Stoughton, is ranked 5. Stoughton fell out of the top 10 last week after falling to Oregon. In Division III, Catholic Memorial's number 1. They are every year, aren't they, Al?
Yeah, they are, that's mind-blowing how they're able to survive that league, they have about 650 kids, and
Middleton's
Middleton's poking the bear with the stick, as I call it. You don't need to run through their warm-up.
Yeah,
so
the other guys are going around now, so that's good.
But as we have WWE tactics here, I'll go back to the rankings. It's Catholic Memorial 1, Bill Young's club, ahead of New Berlin Eisenhower. McFarland is 3rd in Division III, Rice Lake 4th, and Mount Horeb Barneveld ranked 5th in Division III. St. Croix Central, the top-ranked Division IV team. St. Mary Springs, aren't they always the top-ranked team in Division V? Iola Scandinavia ranked number 1 in Division VI. And Tim Connect's Edgar ranked 7th. Jerry Sins, coach there, is already in the Football Coaches Hall of Fame with you. He's going in the Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame tomorrow night.
Oh, how good for him. He is one of the true gentlemen in the sport. And Jerry and I worked, back in the day, worked Badger football camps together. Probably 20 years straight, and great family and obviously a great deal of success at Edgar over the years.
How about that? Well, we were talking we think Bob Suter's in the baseball,
Yep.
basketball, and football Hall of Fame?
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's in the Football Hall of Fame. I know he coached for 16 years at Craig. And, another great gentleman, one of those dinosaurs that, you don't find guys who coached a head coach in 3 different sports over their career.
I'm sure Bob appreciated that characterization, in addition to us mentioning his various honors. No, he's one of the great ones. And boy, Janesville had a great baseball program for years. I mean, we saw him win a state baseball title a couple years ago, and they had, 4 Division I kids last year in their roster? No. As you can see, the team's warming up here prior to the second half. There's a look at our schedule. We got a good one next week in Stoughton and Monona Grove, and you made the big decision for the final week.
It's official. Just got the word from Sue Meffert, the athletic director at Lodi. They will welcome us with open arms. Broke's going to be away on Badger hockey on the 12th, so it's just Al Minert flying
2-man
solo
crew,
here.
a lot of pressure.
It's like you're getting your driver's license. You'll be with me in Lodi.
I thought it was time to let him fly at his own.
No, and Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran have a big game. I think it's tonight.
Correct. Both teams 2-0 in the Capital North, as is Lodi, and that could be a biggie for the Capital North title the last week of the season.
Bob Suter, by the way, Hall of Famer in 3 sports in the state of Wisconsin.
I thought that was correct, but I wasn't positive. And the dinosaur references, you just don't find people, especially at a large school, in fact, they wouldn't allow it probably today, be the head man in 3 different sports year-round. It was not uncommon when I started coaching to coach 3 seasons, but you weren't the head coach in all those sports.
Right.
You don't find many athletes that take part in sports.
It's a big shift in our various cultures, and again, a lot of it has to do with the off-season commitments now that are involved with running weight rooms and
specialization.
Yeah, specialization of sports, and so for the coaches, it's just really hard to maintain all of that and be a teacher and everything else on top of it.
Feels like we haven't had a play in about a year and a half here. My gosh.
No, in the first half, we were on record-setting pace, similar to Wanakee versus DeForest. It was like, woo!
I think that band
time
performance
flies.
took longer than the first quarter, but it was very good.
Oh,
yes,
fantastic.
yes.
We were ranking bands, and this is one of my favorites, along with Mount Orem. And I become a
yeah.
connoisseur of high school bands.
Yeah. I had a couple of our youngins in the Middleton band through the years that we sat through a few chilly halftime performances.
Yeah.
And then we took off.
No, and it used to be.
If you're just a band parent, you take off.
You'd spend some times at the end of the year coaches meetings trying to figure out when you had to get off the field for the band.
Sure. Yeah.
And you could only warm up on certain parts of the field because the band needed from 20 to 20 and some of those things. Just like, really?
You're not over that yet, are you?
No.
Okay. Here's the kickoff from Colin Hageman. Here's the return by Buckner. No, that's let's see who that is. That is Nick Kreshak on the return. He's a
they
senior.
followed our advice, Jay. They decided not to kick it to Buckner or Miker.
So Nick Kreshak.
He just kicked it to one of the other guys.
His old number 10
up front and kept it inside the 30.
That's all you can hope for. Okay, first play of the second half for the Middleton Cardinals. They scored on a Bryce Carey 17-yard touchdown run and 2 Sawyer Pertzborn field goals in the first half.
I'd look for a heavy dose of Mr. Buckner.
Yeah. Pretty good idea, I'd say. Oh, he is deep in the backfield, and he gets the carry, picks his way through, slips a tackle, slips another tackle. Moore finally gets him down, but that's a big run on first down by Callian Buckner.
Great run. He just pops through here, and even though he's not real big, as you see him come through here, as you can see, imagine yourself being the safety. Good luck finding that little guy with all those big guys in there.
Travion Moore finally made the tackle. Jared Costello helped him at the end, but not before Buckner got out to midfield. I bet 25 gets it again. Yep. And another big hole. And Taken down by Jacob Fieras, but not before Buckner gets 9.
The dudes up front, you know, he didn't get touched till he was 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they'll give him 7 as they place it at the 43.
Schlick with a big block, the tight end.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with his blocking tonight.
Second down, about 3. Close comes in motion toward us. Here's Buckner again. And down he goes at about the 45, which is about where he needed to get for the first down.
We're going to be, oh, they're motioning first down.
Our friend Dennis Semrau updated some information. This is actual solid information. Middleton actually won the Big 8 football title in 1999. Dennis says Janesville Craig shared the Big 8 title with Beloit Memorial and Madison West back in 1990, so that's how long it's been. Buckner, that's a nice defensive stop there as Christensen tackles the Middleton running back.
That's a great open field tackle when you think of how slippery Buckner is.
Keegan Christensen with that play.
Craig player down.
Christensen, we told you, second team all-conference performer a year ago. Coach Craig's Adam Bunderson said, I think we're solid at every level defensively. We're lucky to have guys at every level who do their job. When that happens, we play pretty well.
I love the way Buckner runs. He's just kind of cruising along, and then when he sees an opening man, he hits the accelerator and goes. And like I said, he really helps the pads get low, and he moves the pile pretty good.
Kobe Porter is the injured Craig player. He's being helped to the sidelines. There you see the 6'1", 195-pound sophomore Kobe Porter. Kewan Buford into the Middleton backfield.
Yeah, Buckner taking a quick break.
And now we're ready to go with a 2nd and 6. 41-yard line. Buford, nothing doing there. Great play by Parker Glissendorf, linebacker, Janesville Craig.
Craig defense stiffens. This would be interesting. This is a really important play. Are they going to get close enough to the sticks, get the first down? If Craig can stuff them here, they may make it a tough decision of, you know, making Middleton punt and pin them deep.
Did you always figure the first drive out of the locker room was a big one?
Absolutely. You know, it can be a big-time tone setter. This is a really important play.
It's a 3rd and 6 from the 41. Carey has to scramble. Carey, first down. He's to the 20, inside the 20-yard line. Another big play by the feet of Bryce Carey.
Yeah, that, you know, he can really accelerate in his ability to run and create plays with his feet. And, you know, he's a good quarterback, and he gave it time to develop. It wasn't like a quick look and take off, and he had a nice lane there.
Tegan Christensen finally got him around the ankles, but not before Carey picked up 22. 1st and 10 from the 19, Middleton. Buford. He's hit and thrown back. Glissendorf, 33.
Yeah, just a nice old play right up in there. Kind of an attitude run coming right at you. Mm-hmm. And Craig was up to the challenge there at 2nd and 9.
You can see the breath in the air. A cool night here.
Look for a little play action here, or maybe something coming back to this side to give him room to roll right.
This is from the 18. Carey throwing, end zone, touchdown. That's Jake Klubertons. 18-yard touchdown pass, Carey to Klubertons.
And he had outstanding protection. He got it off just in time, but it was a play action pass that he needed that amount of time. Beautiful throw to the corner, put it up where only the receiver could get it.
Heck of a throw to Klubertons, who makes his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. That was a great throw. Klubertons a big target and out. score that puts Middleton up by 12, maybe 13.
Oh, they're going for
Oh,
two.
Wow.
That's what the card says. Right?
Well, you know, if you think you've got 12, you normally go for two, up 12.
Yeah. Okay.
They like this power I formation, short yardage.
Buckner doesn't get the pitch. They throw back to the other side. Wide open is Max Schlicht. 2-point conversion successful. 21-7 Middleton.
Yeah, I think this was the play they wanted to run when they were down on the goal line before and fumbled it, but they saved it for the 2-point play now.
Well, that's how you take an opening drive and cash it in, huh?
That's big. Now it's a 2-score game.
And like you said, it sets the tone. It tells Craig, we can still move the ball on that bend, but don't break defense. And again, Craig is not a high-octane team that positions itself to have to come from behind.
No, and it'll be very interesting to see how they decide to come out on this drive. You know, at halftime, I was thinking you would have liked to seen them keep it within 1 score when they get the ball and feed the fullback a little bit more between the tackles. They've had a lot of success in between the tackles. And where they got in trouble was, kind of the wide plays where they got negative yardage plays.
There's the touchdown.
These plays took Craig out of that strategy. Nice throw. Clipperton's with a pretty catch. And then the 2-point conversion is just a good play call. Carey with the fake and Schlicht's all alone to pick up the 2-point conversion when it makes it 21-7.
So now let's see if Craig can answer.
Craig has not really sustained anything offensively.
No, they haven't. They had their points came off of the turnover.
That was about a short 40-yard drive after the turnover.
Here's a return by Eric Hughes.
But, Middleton has been known for great defense over the years, We scrimmaged them for probably 8 years. It was just like Tim was really nice. It was at the end of the scrimmage, and we hurried up and got out of there as quick as we could. But I was like, holy cow, these guys really go after the football.
There's Tim Simon. You said to Tom Sabalka as we parted ways, good luck advancing that run. You said sarcastically, and as you said, you've seen it a lot. But
yeah.
He said, but these kids haven't.
That's right. That's right. Here's Craig, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Here's the quarterback, Coulter. Yeah, those guys haven't seen that, I guess. And that's going to be a first down for the Cougars.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to see, and this is the most effective stuff they did in the first half, was give to the fullback, quarterback keep. And so that double option is probably what we're going to see a pretty heavy dose of right here.
Timeout. We have a Middleton player down, Jake Woobin. It might be a cramp, but he's up and walking, as you can see, number 7.
Yeah, so they left the end man on the line of scrimmage unblocked, waited for him to squeeze down on the fullback, pull it right out.
Well, he got all the way out to the 44-yard line. That's where Craig has it, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Penalty marker.
That didn't look good from the start.
No. Yeah, we had an interesting. Oh, it's good to see Tom Sabalka here, the longtime defensive coordinator. And Brof says, I saw you play basketball in high school. I don't know if you know about Tom Sabalka in high school. You know about that?
No, I don't. I know of what a great golf coach he is.
Yeah.
Well, he played on one of the best high school basketball teams in Minnesota history. His Edina, Minnesota team won 70 games in a row.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And Brof saw him play in the championship game at Williams Arena in Minneapolis back in the day.
That's where the state tournament was held in Minnesota back in the day. It was one division.
Good hole for Cussmall. He'll get to the 45.
No, and Craig can ill afford those illegal procedure penalties, because that's a really good gain. That's like 6-7 yards, but they're still sitting at 2nd and 8 because of the penalty.
We're in the third quarter. Middleton took the opening drive of the second half and marched it downfield, and Carey hit Klubertons with an 18-yard touchdown pass. Now Craig trying to answer as they have it 2nd and 9. Here's Coulter trying to make something out of nothing, and he can't. He'll get a couple yards, but it's going to be 3rd and long for Craig.
This Middleton defense really swarms to the football. They went to a little empty formation there with some quarterback run off of a jet sweep look.
Ortez Lockett making that play. He's a senior.
Lockett's had a big year. That's his 3rd tackle for a loss this year. He got 3 sacks, forced a fumble. He certainly put Craig in a position they're uncomfortable with, having to throw the ball on 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 to be exact. Coulter pitches to the outside, and I think he stayed in bounds long enough. Yep, that's Christensen getting a first down for the Cougars.
You know, and that's the first time we've seen the 3rd option of the pitch. So again, I think they're just going to kind of go to their bread and butter here of their triple option stuff.
Yeah, no need to panic or change much, really.
Nope.
You're down 14, but plenty of time. There's a nice pitch. Good block there on the outside by Moore. That gave him just enough to get a first down. 44-yard line. Oh, here's a pitch to Moore. And Moore hit hard, and Buford made the tackle, but Moore got maybe 3.
Yeah, they were real fortunate. Janesville Craig didn't get called for a 15-yard penalty here. The wingback block below the waist, which is a no-no. You can do it on Saturdays in college football, but you can't on Friday nights.
Well, that was a gain of 5, actually, for Craig on that play.
Trevian Moore averages about 10 yards a carry.
Coulter's going to throw this one. That's complete to the guy who caught the touchdown pass for Craig.
Going to make it 3rd and short.
Kwame Harriel. 3rd and 2. "36-yard line.
Got to be 4-down territory for Craig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Coulter got stopped the first time and then tried to wedge his way to the right. That's right there, isn't it?
I don't think they're going to give it to him. The official on this side should be the dominant official that marks it. He's going to be short a yard.
It's right at the 35. They need to get to the 34.
Alex Struck helped.
Thought it was curious he went under center. They don't have very many plays under center.
Now it's 4th down.
Must convert situation. You get the feeling.
No, this is super important.
5 minutes left.
I got to believe they're going to their money. Fullback, quarterback, double option. Oh, they better call timeout. They're going to run out of time.
And they do just that. Yeah, the count was on and the play clock.
There was too much looking at the wristbands. I'm like, you know, and you have all these different code names and everything else that people use. And sometimes it's a number on a wristband, and sometimes it's a state, and sometimes it's a city. And so it didn't look like everybody was comfortably on the same page for a crucial play.
But
okay,
you got to convert here if you're Craig, and so it's a good timeout.
Right. And the other thing is sometimes you're really, especially you're running option football and you're up tempo and you don't get to see as much, is you can sometimes, if you got really good, smart kids in the line, they can help you what play to run and what they have the most confidence in.
So you actually ask him on that timeout?
I a lot of times would. What do you guys like? Especially if things weren't going real well.
All right, here we'll try it again. Let's see if Craig did get everybody on the same page in that timeout. Coulter's up to the center. He'll take it. Cussmall ran into Connor Smith, and then Cussmall just kept driving the legs. He's going to get a first down. He's finally taken down at the 30 inside.
Yeah, he ran into a brick wall, but everybody got behind him, did the old Reggie Bush, push him in the end zone.
That's it. Look at that. Smith has him. He just kept going. Just kept going. Still no whistle. Now, finally.
No big shock. Ran behind big old Keanu.
Yeah. He got 5 yards on that on 4th and 1. 1st and 10, Cougars. Coulter keeps it. Now throws it. Look out into coverage and intercepted. Kevin Miker, he threw into a double team and Miker picked it.
No, and when you don't throw the ball a lot in the scramble situation, this gave them a bonus guy. Miker reads it really well. Great defensive back.
Second interception of the year for Miker. First turnover of the night for Craig.
Well, you can't have enough guys like Miker, can you?
No, he's super
goodness.
impressive young man.
Yeah. Not the biggest guy, but I'll tell you what, he's tough as nails.
And here comes Mr. Buckner.
Yeah. He wears number 25. He'll get the carry. And taken down. That was Benton on the tackle. Middleton.
Good old 5-6 yard gain.
Yeah. From the 7 out to the 12. Clock running, 4:25 left, third quarter. Middleton has the only touchdown of the second half.
And again,
Buckner, look out. Buckner gets a block, and there he goes. 50, 40, to the 35.
You know, the point that I was going to make is with the score being 2 scores, it looked like Janesville kind of got a little nervous about just keeping pounding, running the ball, and decided to throw the ball.
Buckner just puts it in another gear when he gets to the outside, and then Christensen saves the touchdown after a very long run, about, 55 yards?
51, they say, yep. That'll get it done. Middleton has flipped the field. They're down to the 38. Here's a little pass out to the outside to Marquez Winters. And Winters on the completion gets to the 27.
Well, what a big turnaround. I mean, that was a beautiful drive. They kept their poise. They did what they do best.
Yep.
They marched it down 60 yards. They're in good shape, and then they had their first turnover of the night, and now Middleton looking to step on their throat and possibly put this one out of reach.
Last completion good for 11.
That was a great block out there by Klubertans. You get a 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver. It's a pretty big mismatch.
Here comes back the other way to Winters. Winters with those long strides, but he can't escape the tackle of number 10 for Craig. That's Colin Hageman.
Yeah, they had faked that play before and kept it for a 10-yard gain on a sweep. So
got a couple. To the 26. So Middleton trying to really get some distance between them and Janesville Craig. Here's Carey, fakes the pitch. He'll keep it and go left. Carey gets a block. Carey to the end zone. Touchdown Middleton.
Man, did he really put the burners on. Woo. The other guys had the angle. He just flat out outran him. Another nice block by Klubertans.
Carey had a 17-yard scoring run to start the game, and now a 26-yarder puts Middleton up 27-7. Boy, what a night for Bryce Carey. A touchdown pass and 2 touchdown runs. Bryce Carey, 6'2", 182-pound senior.
Second team all-conference receiver a year ago. Seemed to make the transition to quarterback quite nicely.
Doing well, yes. Here's the extra point by Pertzborn. Good.
Well, you can see he's too good of an athlete to be a backup quarterback.
Right.
On this touchdown, they've been running this toss play out of that bunch set. So sometimes you can use what you know in the scouting report against them. So heavy anticipation that they were going to toss the ball in the bunch set and come with the naked off of it.
And then he just outran Gissendorf to the the pylon. And again, what a psychologically damaging drive. After really a nice drive by Craig, their nicest offensive march of the night. I guess some might say, what are you throwing the football when you march down the field doing what you do best, running it? But they did. The interception by Miker, and then the drive. Buckner with a 51-yard run to set up Carey's second touchdown of the night. And Middleton now up by 3 scores. And against some teams, that wouldn't be a big mountain to climb. Well, it would be a mountain to climb to be sure, but this is Mount Everest, I'm afraid. if you're
this is a tough one. They're, and they really can't go away from who they are.
You saw what happened when they throw the football.
Yep.
It's not what they do best.
Yep. Pertzborn, another kickoff for Middleton. This one he gets to the 5. This is Hughes again. He's done the bulk of the returns. Hughes with a nice one. Penalty marker, though, flies. And that's likely going to go against Craig on the return. All right, Middleton looks pretty good tonight.
They do. You really like the way they've responded here the second half. The offensive line has really come out and asserted themselves.
Middleton with an impressive drive after the interception. Here is that interception as Miker got it at the 7. And the Cardinals offense went all the way back. This 51-yard burst by Buckner didn't hurt. Oh, he's just got that nice glide of a good running back, right? And then Carey finished it off. 26.
You can see guys had angles on him, and he just outran the angle.
Yeah. It is a penalty against Craig on the return, by the way, so they're going to start deep in a hole. But, boy, if you're Middleton, you look so good tonight. Boy, it's easy to go, what if? Boy, what if we found a way to win that game in Verona, and what if we don't give that alley-oop to Memorial up?
Yeah. We had the old line, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
It certainly would be. Okay, here comes Craig throwing. Christensen,
nice
look at that move. And breaks a tackle. And Christensen, that might be a face mask too. I don't see a flag, though. Christensen wanted the flag for a face mask, but his politicking won't get it for him. And
had 2 guys down.
It's an 8-yard gain on the pass to Christensen.
Waunakee averaging 50 points per game, unbeaten, top team, ranked team in Division II, 41-7 over Reedsburg in the 4th quarter.
Ouch.
Okay, still a Middleton player down.
It was Buford.
Yeah, looks like it. And that's
Kewan Buford.
Yep.
Sun Prairie putting a hurting on Madison East. It's 49-zip at the half.
Tell you what,
Sun Prairie's on a roll.
They're trending up, aren't they?
Yeah. They play Middleton next week.
I would really like to see that game. That's 2 premier teams in the area, and if Middleton wants to really climb up the respect of people around the area, Sun Prairie's playing the best football in the Big 8 right now, and so Middleton can make a big statement based off of what they're doing here tonight. I think that's going to be a great game next week.
Good to see Buford walking off.
Mm-hmm. He went down initially. It kind of looked like a cramp was the way he acted, but then he's kind of grabbing by his knee, which is not typically a cramp area.
Right. Okay. So after the 8-yard pass completion, Craig has it 2nd and 2 at the 19, down to 2:42, 3rd quarter. Timeout, Craig. How does that happen?
That's mysterious. Well, I think one of their players went out also.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you line up out there and we're missing a guy.
In the big game, the Badger, Watertown and Stoughton still tied at 14 in the 3rd quarter.
There you see Tom Sabalka instructing his defense. 45th season at Middleton. Still looks like a kid.
And again, one of the true gentlemen in the sport. He's just a great guy to visit with before the game and stuff. And all that experience and poise, he just kind of exudes that confidence for the players.
Yeah. You mentioned state championship golf coach, 2011.
Well, there's some veteran defensive coordinators in the Big Eight. The Bass, Coach Bass, and
Yeah.
Sunford's been there, 28 years? Sabalk has been here forever. And
I think Coach Kramer at Verona has been with Dave Richardson for probably all of that, probably the last 18 years. I think Dave came to Verona in like 2000, 2001.
And you can't beat experience.
Oh, boy.
It's a real asset for a head coach.
It is, and what's really interesting is kind of the revolution of the internet and that's done, and so much of the trickle effect of the college game down onto high school with some of these spread offenses and pistol, like this pistol flexbone. So there's so much easy access to information now through the internet and coaching sites.
Well, the spot is back at the 9-yard line now, or to make it the 10. Here's Coulter, fake the pitch, cuts it upfield. Nice job by the Craig quarterback, and boy, he's going to get all the way out to a first down at the 29.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete.
Struck and Holowinski on the tackle for Middleton.
The result of the play is a first down.
So good job to get out of a bit of a hole for the Cougars. Coulter throws this one. This is complete to Christensen. And Christensen with a gain of about 5.
Coulter's pass is complete to Christensen.
Just getting the ball to an athlete in space, little bubble screen.
They'll give him 6 of the play, so 2nd and 4 from the 30. There is Tegan Christensen.
But tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
When you don't have a quick strike offense, it takes you a while to get down the field.
All right, they need 3 scores to tie. Kusmal, all of his yards has been pretty tough tonight.
Well, and this gets difficult because you're trying to get first downs, and you can't just totally abandon your primary stuff and what you do best either.
No, I always appreciate teams that are patient and poised and do it. But, boy, you're used to watching games on Sunday and Saturday.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the stands munching that popcorn. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. And
pass to the outside is complete.
Yeah, he hightails it for the sideline.
Magnus Jensen gets his first reception tonight.
But, no, you danced with who brung you, huh?
Yeah, and, that's just, that's something you're kind of upfront and honest with the kids is, this is who we are and this is what we have to do. And
well, and it's gotten them to the playoffs after missing 3 years.
And they got them in the first place.
For the second year in
Yep.
a row, yeah. Kusmal. That's going to be a Craig first down.
And they asked Coach Bunderson after last week if he was surprised he was in first place. And he said earlier in the year, I thought we had a lot of talent. Our numbers are down. We didn't have as much depth as we've had in the past, but the conference is tough. I don't think you ever go in the year expecting to be in first. But he says there's 3 games left, but the games we have left in the schedule, we have 3 tough opponents, and anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're down to 1:10 in the third quarter. So now you don't have many possessions left if you're Craig. So you've got to score on this one, you'd think.
Or create some turnovers.
Right. Coulter is in trouble. Down he goes.
Great play. Big pass rush, number 9.
Max Norris, senior defensive end. Loss of 5. Norris is 6'4". He wouldn't let Coulter get that pass off. So back to the 42 it goes, 2nd and 15.
And Coulter's 5'9", and so, he's a great decision maker, a really good athlete. But, to put him in a passing situation with 6'4" pass rusher coming in his face is not going to be very conducive.
Now Coulter looks to throw. He's going deep. Had a step, and now on the adjustment.
Hey, look at him throw the ball, bro.
It's Moore coming back. as the ball was underthrown, but it turned out perfectly for Craig.
Yeah, great adjustment to the ball by Moore that time.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic. A little guy, 5'9", 135 pounds, but he's done a lot of things tonight, including making a nice catch there. And that's the last play of the third quarter, looks like.
Oh, Coulter took a big shot as he delivered the ball.
That's a 27-yard pickup on the catch to Moore, and the third quarter has come to an end. Middleton gets a touchdown from Bryce Carey to extend the lead, and the Cardinals are up 21 going into the fourth. 28-7, Middleton over Janesville. Craig back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and channel3000.com. We're back at Breitenbach Stadium for the fourth quarter. Craig's down 21, but the Cougars are on the move. They'll start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 at the 21. Another pass. This one's complete to Moore again, but he doesn't get very far. That's a nice defensive tackle by Mikey Nutting, the cornerback for Middleton.
You know, and from a team growth standpoint, what Middleton's looking for here is to put a big stop here and not let them score, not let them back into the game.
About a yard on that reception by Moore.
Nutting on the tackle for the Cardinals.
Coulter will give it to Kussmaul. Doesn't get much.
Look for, keep thinking Craig's going to try to pick up the tempo here, get the plays in a little quicker.
Gavin Adler on the tackle for Middleton. This is 3rd and about 5 for Craig. They're at the 15. This is Coulter, the quarterback. And did he escape the tackle and get the first? Let's see.
I think they're going to mark him a little short.
Yeah, Devin Jackson grabbed him just before the first down marker. Yep, 4th down. You can see in the down marker there. So another critical 4th down coming up for the Cougars. Well, this has to happen for Craig if they're going to have a chance here. Ball's at the 6-yard line. Coulter to the line of scrimmage, checks the play band one more time, spins around. Now he's back under center. Gives the Kussmaul. And the ball came loose, but I think the play was dead.
Yeah, well,
Moore got it back.
I don't think the officials knew who had the ball.
Right.
And now where they're spotting it, I think he had the first down.
Yeah, I thought he had it.
He had it clearly, and then I don't know if the ball came out. They don't get the replay.
Look at that. He almost went
by.
by.
No, the ball was never delivered.
And so the ball was recovered as the Kussmaul was nearly past the handoff when it got on him.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of the fullback give play that the Badgers like so much with Ingold. And
so it'll be a stop on downs as Moore recovered the fumble short of the first down line.
Right. He never got the ball clearly in his hands.
Second straight march. Took a lot of time off the clock, an impressive sustained drive. They mixed in a couple passes on that drive, but by and large, Craig doing what they do best. That's run the ball. but they got no points to show for it, and they're in trouble now. They need their defense to make a play and force a turnover.
So here's Carey. Middleton up 21. Carey looking to throw. Going deeper. Klubertons. Oh, he almost caught it.
That was a pretty good ball. I thought for sure we were going to get a little ground and pound here, kind of burn some clock.
Wacky Jason Pertzborn pulling the veteran coach Biddard up here, and Janesville Craig by going for the downs.
That went right between his hands. Tough catch, but Carey put it right there. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Now they'll give it to the running back. That's Buckner.
Now they got 3rd and long.
Hernandez on the tackle for Craig. That's Jonathan Hernandez.
We'll see what they're going to dial up here on 3rd and long.
Couple yards from that last carry for Buckner.
They gave an alert call to the punt team, which leads me to believe they might be running the ball here to keep the clock going. Going to pass.
Carey for Klubertons. In the air, incomplete.
He had a great shot at it. Another really good ball went off his hands. Good defense, though.
Tegan Christensen on coverage for Janesville Craig. Well, they didn't take up too much clock there. Look at that. Klubertons was the only guy looking at the ball. So 4th down. A rare punt for Middleton tonight. Jake Woobin is the punter for the Cardinals. Pretty good pick. Fair catch at the 48.
There's Mr. Miker right in his face.
Yeah, that's right.
Great athlete getting down there.
Bunch of scores here for you.
Okay.
At halftime, Verona leads Sofala 27-6. And also in the Big 8, we told you Sun Prairie up 49-0 on East. Early in the 3rd quarter, West leads Parker 26-22 at the half. In the Badger, well, in Capital North, Lodi 7-0 over Columbus.
Wow.
Lodi top ranked and defending champs in Division 4, gets 2nd ranked in Division 4. Get a battle from Columbus. And Lakeside Lutheran with a 28-7 lead over Lake Mills in a battle of unbeatens there. McFarland 3rd ranked in Division 3 leads 16-6 in the Badger to Forest, 13-7 over Beaver Dam at the half. And because Wes Larson in the truck wants to know, River Valley leads Dodgeville 21-0. Homecoming in River Valley.
There you go.
Wes is singing the fight song.
Look at Coulter. That's
Wow.
one of the greatest half-yard runs in the history of high school football.
I was going to say, that was like, he ran one of the most impressive no-gain runs that covered like 50 yards.
Watch this.
But he had the receiver, Harriel, open, except he couldn't see him as the pressure came.
Well, here's a pass complete to Christensen. Boy, look at that tackle on the outside by
Mr.
Connor,
Miker.
Smith, and Miker. Yep, Miker was the guy.
They had teamed up in the preceding play that went forever too, didn't they?
Yep. Miker was right on it. Loss in the play back to the 45. It's 3rd down and 13 for Craig. Coulter, incomplete.
Yeah, they were. Middleton was fortunate. There was a little miscommunication on the coverage there. He had him wide open, but pass was a little off, but a very catchable ball at the same time.
So 4th and 12, and the frustrated Cougars will have to kick it away, you'd think, unless it's time to go for it.
The unknown part here is Coulter's also the punter.
Yep. But it looks like it's go time, doesn't it?
Yep.
4th and 13. Coulter gets it off. Intercepted!
I don't think they're going to catch him.
There goes Miker! Touchdown, Middleton! How about that, Kevin Miker?
He might be someone to interview after the game.
You know what? Why not? Defense has been a huge story, and Miker's interception puts Middleton up 34-7.
Been a big play guy for 2 years, and he certainly has been tonight.
Yep.
Pick 6, probably the dagger. Middleton comfortably ahead, and they're still very much in this Big 8 race.
Yes, they are. Yeah, on 4th down, Craig goes for it, and Miker makes him pay. Ball hung in the air just a little too long, and Miker, who scores touchdowns on special teams and on defense, gets another interception return for a touchdown there. Pertzborn's extra point is good, 35-7. Middleton.
And again, one of the big challenges when you run the option is as the game progresses and your quarterback takes hits, it just takes, the wear and tear off on the quarterback.
Looks like it's a 59-yard interception return for a touchdown, and you said it, Alan, while he was returning it. Once he got there, they weren't going to catch him.
No, he's got a great nose for the ball and the goal line. You can tell he can really accelerate.
He had a pick 6 last year. He's already returned to 1 punt for a touchdown this year, and now he has a pick 6 in his senior year. And his Middleton team is going to be 5-2 with 2 weeks left in the season.
Yep.
Another Big 8 score. Conference co-leader Madison Memorial up 19-0 on Beloit Memorial. So they look like they will go to 6-1, and Sun Prairie comfortably en route to a win over East would be 6-1 with 2 weeks left in the season. Middleton and Craig, at this, unless we see a miracle, will both be tied for 3rd at 5-2, and Verona up comfortably on La Follette. So they too would be 5-2.
And Middleton's putting together a pretty complete night against a first-place team in Janesville Craig. I mean, you think about the special teams pinning them back on kickoff returns, and now the defense scores a touchdown. Of course, the offense with Carey at quarterback and Buckner at running back has been very good as well. Here's the high short kickoff that's taken by Craig's Jarrett Costello.
I'm not sure if that one was by design with the kickoff with kind of a little pooch kick. Kind of trying to dump it into no man's land.
Yep.
It'll be 1st and 10 Cougars from their own 32-yard line.
Sun Prairie's now up 56-0, celebrating homecoming tonight against East.
That is a happy homecoming for the Cards. Good night for Cardinals all over the area, huh? It was 21-7 Middleton at half. No, it was 13-7 Middleton at half, wasn't it?
Then they came down and got the 8 points. Dominant second half by Middleton.
Sure has. Running play goes nowhere for Craig on 1st down. Cussmall on the carry.
Brought down by Lockett.
Yeah, that's right. Middleton got that field goal just before half to make it 13-7. I mean, it was a 10-7 game in the final minute of the first half. The second half has been all Middleton. Coulter. Pass complete. Magnus Jensen on his catch. The second one for him for the big junior tight end.
Well, it was very much a game about 4 minutes left the 3rd quarter. I mean, it was a 21-7 game, but Miker makes his first pick.
Yeah,
right.
And that ends a real long drive. Craig threatening to get in the game and cut it to a 1-score game. And then Middleton goes 93 yards, 51 of them on the run by Buckner. Carey going the last 21, and that's when the game turned. And Mike right there again.
He's quite the player.
Yeah.
And
the pass was to Christensen, but watch the coverage by Miker. He hardly landed on the ground before Miker was there. Great anticipation by number 14. 6:50 left. This is 4th down for Craig. Look out. Throws it. Nobody's there. Incomplete. And that's going to be a turnover on downs again as Middleton's defense rises up here again. And a penalty marker late.
Yeah, at the high school level, you can't just throw it away out of the tackle box. There has to be somebody in the area. So,
holding, Craig. Intentional grounding, Craig. Boy, that's just not good for Craig.
nope.
Yeah. He says
I think the intentional grounding carries with it a loss of down.
Yeah, right.
So they should accept the intentional grounding. Most officials usually, that one should, you just wipe them all out. Okay.
And Middleton will take the ball with a 35-7 lead. Wow. Boy,
this sets up quite the match next week with Middleton.
Yeah,
I'd
sure
love
does.
I'd love to see the Miker Nelson matchup.
Yeah.
Well, your consolation prize is Monona Grove Stoughton. That's
No,
not
it'll
bad.
still be good. It'll still be good. Don't, no question about it. So,
But yeah, that's going to be a battle. Middleton looking for its third straight win. Sun Prairie hasn't lost since opening week when Memorial got them.
got some substitutes in the Middleton offense.
Well, you always talk about playoff matchups, but it wouldn't be surprising if you get the opportunity to see Sun Prairie and Middleton in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it now stands, you got to assume, and you know what goes on behind closed doors better than me, but if the season ended today, I would assume Memorial would be the top seed here in the region because of their season opening win over Sun Prairie head-to-head.
One would think it'll depend what happens over the next few days here. You know, obviously it's imperative that Memorial wins out. You know, they do have to go to Craig, you know, the last weekend. And again, you get behind Craig and they get rolling with a fullback quarterback, that can be pretty tough to stop, and they can play keep away from you now.
Yeah. Drew Teff is at quarterback now for Middleton. His last pass completed to Marquez Winters. This is third down for Middleton as they try to run out the clock and move their record to 5-2 in the season. This is Buford. And Buford, I think, is going to get a Middleton first down.
So Craig is still a dangerous team from the standpoint of if they can eliminate mistakes and play well early in the game and get a lead, I think they're a tough team to come back against. I've been impressed. They're pretty good defensively.
Yeah. Well, and you got to give hats off to Sam Sabalka again, because again, this is the only school in the Big 8 that runs this kind of offense, and of course you play only Big 8 schools in the Big 8.
In the Big 8 right now, Verona leads with foul at 34-14 in the fourth quarter.
Okay. So Verona's going to keep pace as well. Boy, that's going to be a heck of a final 2 weeks, isn't it?
If you know, next week, if Middleton can beat Sun Prairie and if Craig can beat Memorial, you'd realistically look at a five-way tie.
Wow.
With 2 losses.
In the Capital, Lodi beats Columbus 10-8. They qualify for the playoffs.
Wow.
Heck of a game there. Lodi still unbeaten in the Capital North.
We'll see the defending state champion Blue Devils in a couple of weeks. Look at that. Teff carries it in to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Dave Poles does a great job out there. They've had it rolling out there for a while.
Yep. 9-yard gain by Teff. Nice job by the quarterback. Here's the carry by 32, Tyler Kelcher. You know, I know the game's pretty much decided, but boy, this is an important time for a lot of these guys, right?
Right, absolutely. You know, in most cases, these guys are scout team guys that are servicing and a lot of times running the other team's plays and taking their lumps against the top defense. And so it's great to see kids get in and get some carries and get opportunity.
It's Parents' Night. So I mean, doing it in front of mom and dad who've been carting you to football practice for years.
Penalty marker down. We used to call this J time at my high school. No, I always tell the story that when I played basketball, they gave me number 25. One day I asked the coach why I got 25. He said, because you have to be 25 points ahead or 25 points behind for it to be safe to put you in. Yeah. Good thing he didn't give me 48.
Oh, man.
They're discussing a penalty marker here.
Kay Nycourse with 3 touchdowns for Wisconsin Heights and a 58-22 Wisconsin Heights win over Port Edwards.
There are some suspenders busting in Spring Green tonight. Penalties decline.
They're down.
So Teff comes out with a third and about 4. Teff fakes out one guy, but not the second. He runs right into Mitchell Schumann, who takes him down. Another flag thrown.
Yeah, rudely introduced by the Janesville Craig D-line.
That's a hold against Middleton.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play, so looks like it's going to be a 4th down here. Fourth and 4 for Middleton. How are those Brewers doing, Alan?
They're up 5-3.
Still up 5-3. Here comes Teff on 4th and 4. Going to throw it. Going to complete it. Just short of the end zone. Catch made by Colin Serra. And Middleton's inside the 5 again, up 35-7.
Gain of 9 on the play, and that's another Middleton Cardinal. First down.
All right, how about that? Janesville Craig's only got 7 points, and those 7 points came on a touchdown pass. How about that? First and goal. This is Tyler Kalsher trying to get into the end zone. He's going to be about a yard short.
You know, I thought they showed the ability to throw it. The problem is they got stuck in opportunities where they kind of felt like they had to throw it instead of choosing when they wanted to throw it. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, they had a nice little quick game. He throws a decent deep ball where he had some 50-50 chances. He's got the quick Moore kid that came up and made some good plays. But, you know, they don't want to be consistently in 3rd and long where pretty much people plan on them throwing.
Kalsher again, the big fella, into the end zone. Touchdown, Middleton. Tyler Kalsher, the senior running back, scores, and Middleton goes up 41-7.
Middleton's going to have some impressive offensive totals. That was about a 40-yard drive, but they had a 70-yard march to start the to start the 4th quarter, and a 93-yard march there in the 3rd quarter, and so I mean they're going to be well over 270 total yards here in the 2nd half alone.
It's been a very impressive 2nd half for them. You know, again from a coaching standpoint, to see your team come out and really dominate in the 2nd half and collect turnovers, you know, get those takeaways. You know, that is it has to be. This is kind of what they were hoping to see tonight, is what they saw in the 2nd half. And the first half was actually pretty good too, except for, you know, they kind of, you know, the one turnover on the punt, and I think it's been an excellent game by Middleton tonight.
And Craig, again, they hung tough till about 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and then Miker with the big play. I mean, he's your big play guy, and he makes the turnover inside the 10. They go 90 yards for the score, and really hasn't been the same since. And then if Miker wanted to make sure he talked to Jay tonight at the 10 o'clock news. He had that pick 6 to make sure he's going to be appearing with Gary Cadalti here in about an hour.
He's been interviewed in a wrestling sense a time or two,
Yeah.
so this will be a nice transition to a football interview. So.
No, and that punch in the gut with the interceptions is just like you move from disappointed to discouraged.
Right.
And you can just kind of see the heads bob, sink a little bit, and you just don't quite have the fire that you'd have at other points of the game.
And Craig just doesn't have the numbers of Middleton. I mean, they've got a lot of two-way guys. We've talked a lot about Keanu Benton, but Christensen goes both ways. They got a lot of two-way guys. And it may be a frosty night, but you get tired. And Middleton, well, I mean, we'll tip our hat to the Cardinals. They're awful good.
Yeah. So now that the 35-point lead, the clock will run.
Oh, here's a fumble on the kickoff. Look out. I think Middleton might have it. And a long night is looking like it's going to be even longer for Craig, although no official signal yet. Now Craig's saying they have it. It is Middleton football. Oh, boy.
Another big special team play for Middleton.
Yep.
Again, as you say, all facets of the game have been impressive for the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the kicker, Furtzborn's got 2 field goals and 5 extra
His
points.
kickoffs have been excellent.
Yeah,
again, you got very impressed with the improvement Middleton's made since we saw him against Verona early in the year.
Right.
I think, they've got some as good as Sun Prairie is in the matchups that they create. I think Middleton also creates some unique difficulties for teams.
We'll play the last minute here. A tough night for Janesville football. West leads Parker 34-22 in the fourth quarter.
Kalsher another carry after his touchdown run moments ago.
And I think we're done. The clock.
We might have one more snap, I think. There's a few kids he's trying to hustle into the game.
So both of these teams will go to 5-2 in the Big 8 Conference. It looks like Sun Prairie will go 6-1. And likely Madison Memorial 6-1, correct?
Yeah, I haven't got an updated second half score in Memorial. They had 19-0 at the half, so sure looks that way.
Yep. Kalsher.
And good luck to congrats and good luck to the coaches at Middleton at their playoff eligible win.
Yeah.
So Coach Pertzborn and Coach Simon. And hard not to include Coach Sabalka with those guys too.
22 straight years making the playoffs. Wow.
42-7 is the final.
Yeah, the Cardinals were good. They led 7-0 after one to carry the first of 2 touchdown runs. That one for 17 yards. Pertzborn with a couple of second quarter field goals, one from 30, one from 26. Coulter hit Ariel on a 16-yard pass. So Craig was within 13-7 at the half. Then carry-on runs a 18-yard pass to Klubertans, and then ran one in from 25. Miker with probably the dagger with the pick 6, a 59-yard interception return, and Kalsher caps the scoring with a 1-yard run. But Middleton impressive in all facets of the game, forced 3 turnovers and romped to a 42-7 win over Craig.
Okay, so both teams 5-2 in the Big 8 season with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Don't forget, next week we'll be in Monona as Stoughton visits Monona Grove in a Badger South Conference battle here on the Game of the Week. I want to thank all of you for joining us for our great Rush Media crew. Alan Minert, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. Final score again, Middleton 42 and Janesville Craig 7. Good night from Breitenbach Stadium in Middleton.